All right, Brian Tolnar here from Mill Creek Metro Parks Golf Course in Boardman, Ohio for this week's YSN Golf Tip. Today we're going to talk about the most important part of the game, and that is putting. Making sure that we're accurate, making sure that we have the proper speed, and making sure that we have the proper setup. So as we go, we'll give you a couple drills as part of this, but we'll jump right in. All right, first of all, what we want to do is we want to talk about setup. A little bit different than the setup we had with the full swing. We're going to take our left thumb, just like we did with our normal grip, straight at the putter face. Right hand will go on there, and this is where it can vary. There's a ton of different putter grips that people use, you know, from reverse overlap to what they call the claw. You'll see a myriad of grips when you watch golf on Saturdays and Sundays when you're watching the PGA Tour, but it really comes down to the fact that we want to make sure that we have our hands in what we feel is a nice, comfortable position. So that's the first thing. So I go with a basic overlap for where my comfort level is at. And again, both thumbs in this case, unlike where we were with a normal shot, you know, the right thumb placement was over here for a right-handed golfer. Both of these are going to go directly at that club face. Ball position is important as well. So if I'm aiming at that tee right there, I want to line my putter up, and I want to do a couple things. I want to get shoulders width apart so I have a good solid base. I want to make sure that my left eye as the right-handed golfer is directly over the ball, or right eye is over the ball if I'm a left-handed golfer going that way. So it's important to make sure that you have that eye dominating a spot over the golf ball. So in that case, it's about a putter head inside your left foot line for the right-handed golfer, and the opposite will apply for the left-handed golfer. So we're going to take our grip in our setup. We're going to favor about 60% of our weight on that front foot. Really just locks it in, and it makes our lower body stable. And from here, we basically create what I call the letter Y with our arms and shoulders, or a triangle as you look at my shoulders and my hands. From here, we always want that triangle to stay the same. We don't want it to break down. So we're going to use arms and shoulders to make our putter stroke. Notice how my lower body stays pretty much solid and doesn't move. This is really just arms and shoulders. And the next thing you'll notice that I don't use my wrist or my hand. If I use my wrist or my hand and I put it on the club, a couple things will happen. You're either going to hit lower parts of the putter, or the putter face will be open or closed depending upon how fast or how slow that your hands are moving. So we want to keep those in check, and we want to keep them locked up. Tell everybody really you want to feel like you're almost a straight line with your left arm of the putter and the shaft of the club, and from here it's just arms and shoulders, back and through, back and through. This is our motion when we make that putting stroke. So today I've got a drill set up for you. This is called the up-down drill, and you'll notice we're on a green that has a little bit of tilt to it, and just about everybody's putting green throughout the Mahoning Valley has this. So what I suggest to everybody is you put a tee about 8 to 10 feet away like we have here, set about 6 golf balls in the middle, and work this drill. It's going to give you the feel for the speed of the greens, because every golf course that you play, the green speeds are very different. And some are slow, some are fast, some are medium, and this will give you a good gauge for how hard or how soft to hit it. So I do a warm-up going just like this with 6 golf balls from 8 to 10 feet. We're going to hit one putt going up the hill, try to get it as close to that tee as I possibly can, and then I'm going to go on this side and I'm going to go to the lower tee. So now I'm going to hit that same putt downhill. It'll give me the speed downhill versus uphill. You notice how the ball rolls quite a bit more going down the hill, so I have to hit these ones a little bit softer. And then I'll go back and forth until I hit all 3 golf balls up, all 3 golf balls down. That's going to give me the basic feel for what I'm trying to do to gauge how the pace of play on the greens are going to be that day in that particular golf course. And another drill that I do is what we call the ladder drill, and we're going to show you how that works as well. Now we've got what we call the ladder drill, and I've got an alignment stick here, very similar to previous lessons where we want to make sure our feet, knees, hips, and shoulders are parallel to the target. We want to do the same thing with our target line as well. So now I'll take my setup, my weight forward. You'll notice I've got 3 golf balls in a sequence. The first golf ball, I'm going to take a backswing that's going to come back about an inch, maybe 2 inches. I'm going to accelerate through, finish just past my left foot. I'm going to do the same thing as we move back here to 2 feet, except I'm going to go a little bit longer in the backswing, same follow through. And then I'm going to go to that third golf ball, which is a little over 3.5 feet. I'm going to take it back a little bit longer and then accelerate through. This is going to help you gauge the distance just like our up-down drill with that 10-footer uphill and 10-footer downhill. And I'll do this in 3 different sections. I'll do it from an uphill perspective, a side hill, a downhill, and across from the other side as well, just to gauge the speed of the green. So, and again, this will tell you how far you need to take the putter back. Accelerate through, step back, line it up, a little bit further this time, accelerate through, and then the same thing from 3 feet. Got my setup, a little bit further back, accelerate through. So this is our drill to really give us some speed when it comes to how far do I need to take the putter back, but you'll notice in all 3 of those putts, the putter finished past my left toe line. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining acceleration. That's probably one of the biggest faults of the everyday golfer is they take it back too far and they want to stop. That'll cause the ball to skid, and if it skids within the first 4 to 6 inches of the putt, you're going to miss the ball and miss the hole right or left of the target. So we want to make sure that we're always focused on building our swing. The further the putt, the more shoulder rotation on the backswing we take, and the acceleration and the follow-through is always past that front foot. For more tips like this, contact us at Mill Creek Metro Parks at millcreekmetroparks.org or 330-740-7112.